There is a huge number of enigmatic, mysterious sea creatures that marine biologists encounter underwater. From an alien colony to mysterious giant creatures, here are a lot of things that marine biologists capture that no one was supposed to see. Fish with transparent head. Want to see what's going on in the petite minds of fishes? Well, now you can see through their brains due to their transparent heads. Marine biologists have recently caught a glimpse of the unusual barrel-eye fish, hundreds of meters below the surface in Monterey Bay, California. The fish had a transparent head and glowing green eyes visible through its forehead. The fish lives at depths of more than 600 meters, where it swims in complete darkness. Their eyes could be easily seen through the clear, fluid-filled shield that covers the fish's head. These eyes are incredibly light-sensitive and can be oriented straight up towards the top of the fish's head. Ticklish Stingray. Have a look at this little ticklish. The video of this ticklish stingray went viral, in which a man can be seen tickling the sea creature, and the sea creature laughing wholeheartedly. Look how adorable that little stingray looks. The reality, however, is actually quite dark. The baby stingray is laying on its back with gloved hands, proceeding to tickle the belly of the aquatic creature. In response to the tickle, the ray can be seen curling up its wings, opening its mouth, and forming a shape similar to what humans do when they smile. The two dots above the ray's mouth are not its eyes, but are actually its nostrils, which are moving in response to being touched, as it is clearly struggling to breathe. Giant jellyfish. A jellyfish, apparently the size of a human, was spotted off the coast of southwest England. It was caught on the video by the marine biologists who were out to study the region when they stumbled upon this giant beastie. Lizzie Daly, the biologist near the giant jellyfish, said the creature was as big as her body. She said that it was quite humbling to swim near such a majestic creature. The giant jellyfish was estimated to be somewhat bigger than 5 feet in length. They typically grow up to 3.2 feet and weigh up to 55 pounds. Alien egg. Look at this alien embryo sac that marine biologists stumbled upon in the deep sea. Well, it is an embryo sac, not of an alien, but of a giant squid. A trio of divers off the western coast of Norway had a close encounter with a drifting gelatinous blob, which was a squid's egg sac as big as an adult human. Divers can be seen slowly circling a spherical blob surrounded by a transparent membrane, with a dark mass suspended inside. The flashlight lit up its interior, and inside there can be seen numerous tiny spheres of eggs holding baby squids, estimated to be in the hundreds and thousands. The elastic nature of the egg sac is also believed to help maintain enough space between each squid embryo so that each egg can get enough oxygen to somehow support the development of the baby squids. 26-foot-long sea worm. Divers off the coast of New Zealand came face to face with a giant sea worm that was almost 30 feet long. Don't worry, it's not some sort of weird cryptid creature, but a sea animal called a pyrosome. They are also called cockroaches of the sea, due to their inability to pull food from even the most inhospitable environments. These translucent worm-like creatures can often glow and look similar to a plastic bag floating through the water. Their bodies are very similar to gelatinous organisms like jellyfish. Octopus Attack. A massive octopus is attacking a marine biologist in Primorsky Krai, Russia's far east, wrapping itself around his arms and equipment as he attempts to pull himself from its grasp. The diver eventually frees himself, but the octopus clings to the diver's camera rig as he tosses it away. It's actually really difficult to detach an octopus. Detaching one tentacle is easy, but the octopus has many. Even if you successfully detach an octopus from something, the octopus can do it again with more tentacles. It seems as if this one also has an interest in being a photographer. Well, it's all fun and games until it tries to take off your breathing equipment. Chained up animals. Marine biologists near the remote island of Kokoya, Indonesia, made a shocking discovery while diving in 2016 that made the netizens extremely angry. 2 dugongs, which are a rare sea creature, were found chained up inside underwater cages. Upon investigation, it was found that a local fisherman had trapped them there as a tourist attraction and would ask people for some money in exchange for seeing the dugongs or taking a picture with them. The pair seemed to be the mother and her calf. No one knew how long the poor creatures had been trapped there, but judging by the deep cuts from the rope that was fastened around the mother's tail, it was hypothesized that their torture had probably lasted a few months. Insatiable hairy frogfish. Here, look at this weird fish that looks like coral itself. This is the hairy or striated frogfish. The fish lives up to its name. They're covered in thousands of fleshy, hair-like skin extensions, helping to blend them in among soft corals, sponges, and seaweed. It has also been suggested that these hairs mimic the spines of sea urchins. They are quite stalkerish, and also able to change color to match their surroundings, further helps them in disguising themselves. Their stomach is also expandable, and they have been known to swallow fish twice their own size. An exploding sea worm. This one will definitely make you scratch your head. During a deep-sea dive, a marine biologist spotted this long, wiggly worm while exploring the underwater reefs in Mexico. The bizarre sea snake-like creature swam for a minute before exploding and disappearing into the water. I mean, take a look, guys. Its body literally exploded and scattered all across the water. Have you guys ever seen anything like this? Well, our research told us that it is in fact a specific type of worm known as a polychaete worm, which explodes. And why does it explode? Well, it's the means of dispersing its gametes into the water for reproduction. They usually either swim to the top of the water level or move into a high current area and explode, dispersing their gametes here and there. Well, it's a weird way of reproducing. Underwater Fantasyland. Off the coast of Ayia Napa in Cyprus lies a very unique museum. You can only enter the museum after wearing a diving suit. So forget about all the land-bound museums, as this thing takes it to the next level. The water in the museum is crystal clear and is maintained so that the biodiversity will thrive. All of the sculptures are made with neutral pH materials to attract marine life, as in time, all of them will be covered in marine biomass. There are a total of more than 130 sculptures, from figurative statues to trees. The artworks, in particular those which represent trees, are designed to attract marine life on a large scale, and as such, will develop organically. These installations will be placed at various depths from the seafloor to its surface, and will be laid out to resemble a path through a dense underwater forest. Struggling sea turtle. This was the incredible moment when a marine biologist saw a struggling sea turtle and jumped in to rescue it from the discarded fishing net. When he got to the turtle, it was wrapped up in a fishing net and was so exhausted that it didn't put up a fight after being grabbed. He then brought the turtle back to the boat, where the crew managed to cut the tangled net free. It was estimated that the turtle had been struggling like this for about 4 to 5 days, and the net had cut into its neck. If it wasn't for the kind man, the little turtle would not have made it. This should make us reflect on our actions, as all the other marine animals aren't lucky to be saved. Underwater alien colony. A while ago, this video went viral on social media, in which a weird and strange colony of living organisms on the river bottom can be seen. It looked like a miniature city of space aliens preparing to make war on the Earth. Many people commented that it looked as if an underwater plague was ready to be unleashed on the Earth. But biologists cleared it up by saying that it is normal, and this happens when the algae undergoes photosynthesis and releases oxygen. It is trapped in the airtight net of the weed. Hence, nature is the artist here. Giant spider crab congregation. Is this some sort of meeting of a cult or what? The spectacle of hundreds of large orange crabs against the bare, sandy seafloor is an amazing sight. But why are they all together here? Every year, in Port Phillip Bay near Melbourne, Australia, thousands of giant spider crabs gather to shed their old skin, to allow for growth and to form a new shell. They do this together to reduce their chances of being eaten by a predator. The process of molting takes up to an hour, and all the crabs in an aggregation molt almost simultaneously. A soft, freshly molted crab is irresistible to predators such as rays, seals, and birds. By aggregating in the thousands, an individual crab reduces its chance of being eaten, the same way as mammals in herds find protection in numbers. Rare jellyfish. This isn't some UFO pod or something, but a rare jellyfish. Like fireworks exploding in the water, the jellyfish lit up in the darkest depths of the ocean in a dazzling display, surprising the lucky marine scientists who happened to witness this beautiful sight. The scientific name of the firework jellyfish is Helitraphis masi, and it lives at a depth of 4,000 feet underwater in Baja California, Mexico. What's interesting is that this jellyfish doesn't light up on its own. At this depth, there is no sunlight from above, so it is normally invisible as it swims through the water. But when lights from the ROV Hercules hit the jellyfish, it reflected off the radial canals that move nutrients through its gelatinous body in a starburst effect, producing the beautiful spectacle. Giant eyeball. Seeing a huge eyeball found laying around on the beach would startle anyone. A softball-sized eyeball was reported to be found in October 2012 on the beach in Pompano, Florida. Upon the discovery, the internet started buzzing with questions of whose eye it was, or what it was. Firstly, there were speculations that perhaps it came from a squid. But after the examination of the specimen, marine biologists concluded that it was cut out of a swordfish hauled in by a deep-sea angler. This was based on straight cuts on the bone around the eyeball, which made experts think that an angler cut it out of a swordfish and tossed it overboard. Marine biologists made their call of swordfish based on its size, color, and structure. Whale fall. Down in the deep ocean, most creatures live on dead and decaying material that falls from the surface, such as dead plankton, dead animal shells, and other inorganic material. But sometimes there is a feast. A whale fall occurs when the carcass of a whale falls onto the ocean floor at a depth greater than 3,300 feet. It provides a bounty of nutrients to the deep-sea creatures. Different stages in the decomposition of a whale carcass support many marine biological communities. First, the scavengers, such as ratfish, hagfish, and sharks, consume the soft tissue in a matter of months. Microbes live off of the energy released from these chemical reactions and form the basis of ecosystems for as long as the food source lasts. Underwater Stonehenge. We still couldn't figure out the mystery of the monolithic legend behind Stonehenge of land. But guess what? There's one underwater too! While scanning underneath the waters of Lake Michigan for shipwrecks, marine biologists found a boulder with a prehistoric carving of a mastodon, as well as a series of stones arranged in a Stonehenge-like manner. They were discovered at the depth of 40 feet. The exact coordinates of the find are still kept secret, as this condition was put by local Indian tribes who do not want the influx of tourists or the curious on their land. This Stonehenge has carvings of a prehistoric species of elephant-like creatures called mastodons. The hump, head, trunk, tusk, and triangular-shaped ears, even the shape of its legs, suggest that the people who carved this lived alongside this prehistoric animal. Injured giant squid. This man was paddleboarding with his wife when they stumbled upon a giant squid that was swimming in shallow waters 20 miles north of Cape Town. He thought that the squid swam in for a friendly, quick hello with its human neighbors, but after the man saw him struggling, he attempted to help the animal. He pulled it on his paddleboard and brought it to the beach. But the act itself was hasty, as it turned out the animal was really injured and wanted to spend the rest of his time peacefully in the shallow waters. The squid was lethargic, missing several tentacles, and was covered with bite marks. Those white worms you see exiting the squid's body are spermatophores, which confirms that this specimen was indeed a male. Moving tentacles. A mysterious sea creature with creepy squirming tentacles baffled locals after it washed up on a Vietnamese beach. The dark brown, alien-like marine species was spotted on the shore in Kinh Giang province in southern Vietnam. Locals commented that they don't know whether it's an animal, vegetation, or something else. Others said that it's a monster and will be 10 times bigger and will one day come back out of the ocean. Experts believe that the creature is likely to be a piece of seaweed reacting to the air. There are dozens of smaller tentacles on each branch, all moving around in different directions. Two-headed turtle. Marine scientists of the Cape Wildlife Center in Cape Cod, Massachusetts, received a two-headed turtle in October 2021. The unique specimen was a diamondback terrapin, hatched from a protected nesting site. Apart from the two heads, the turtle also had 6 legs. According to experts, the 2 heads resulted from a condition called bicephaly, a rare anomaly that can occur from genetic and environmental factors that affect an embryo during the development stage. X-ray results disclose the presence of 2 spines that fuse further down the body. Staff at the center nicknamed them Turtle Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. They were concerned about their ability to swim, worrying that one side might overpower and drown the other, but were shocked to see how each head controlled 3 legs, and they were able to swim together. This is a picture of a bizarre, unidentified creature spotted by an underwater camera. It can be seen attacking a large fish out in the water. Many folklore believe that creatures like these dwell deep in the ocean and are often imagined to be of immense size. I mean, just look at the way it attacks. Doesn't it feel like an alien is attacking somebody? Mysterious offerings to gods. Marine biologists have found a series of objects that relate to the mysterious offerings to gods. Stone boxes of different shapes preserving the contents of figurines of humans, male and female, as well as llamas, and bracelets made of rare and valuable materials like silver, gold, and rare shells were found in Lake Titicaca. These riches were likely offered to supernatural deities by elite people from the Tiwanaku culture. All of these artifacts were related to the Incan religion, as similar stone boxes have also been found at human sacrifice sites in the Andes. Undisturbed for 500 years, these rare unlooted offerings shed light on Inca religion and rituals. Decomposing monster. This clip is from 2016, when some men went to the Carabao Island near the Gulf of the Philippines. They saw a vicious creature lying lifeless on the sandy beach. The creature had several horns protruding out of its body. Moreover, it also had a fishtail, which concluded that it washed up on the beach during some storm. It had black eyes and ears resembling a bull's. The people who filmed it claimed that the creature was at least 2 meters long. However, the upper part of the body looked much like a normal animal. The fishy tail attached to the body suggested something otherwise, but because the body decomposed, it was very difficult to identify. Some suggested it was the carcass of a wolf, but that didn't fit the description. Well, that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching the video. And if you guys found it interesting, I would much appreciate it if you comment down below about the video and leave the thumbs up. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting updates related to our latest videos.